Aye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Greetings, viewers and subscribers. So as promised, today we'll be starting a new series. It's called Ask the Immigration Lawyer. Our in-house immigration lawyer is Mrs. Esther McKitty Griffin. I'm not gonna say much about Esther in the introduction because you're gonna be hearing more about her in our conversation. We'll be dropping another video in the series on Wednesday of this week. Throughout the video, I'll be dropping the phone number, and yes, it's a WhatsApp number. I will also be dropping the website and the email address for the law firm. Remember that if you have any question that you want the immigration lawyer to answer on this program, send us a WhatsApp message with your question to 876-343-1034. That's 876-343-1034. Please remember this. Send us written text with your questions. Do not send voice notes or do not call. Now, I know that this series is going to be of interest to a lot of people. So please ensure that you hit on the love button from now. Ensure that you share the video. Ensure that you tell a friend to tell a friend. Listen up.
Hey, good evening, Esther. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am good. Welcome to Popeye News Links.
Thank you for having me. I've been hearing a lot about this Popeye's News Link. Everybody said if you don't hear the news on Popeye's News Link, it don't go so at all. So this is the place to be.
I hear you. I believe you. So Esther, I've known you for a while. So just start off telling the listeners something about yourself, where you're from, etc.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so my name, I'm Esther McKitty Griffin. I'm originally from, I was born in St. Elizabeth, in Jamaica, funny enough, but I grew up in Westmoreland.
Okay.
I went to Mannings.
Oh,
and then I went to UWI. And then from UWI, I took a break and started working. I was in the hotel industry for a while, so I worked with sandals and beaches.
Mm-hmm.
Then I kind of transitioned out of all of that, and I went to law school. And I actually came to law school here in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
I went to law school in Washington, D.C. I went to the David A. Clark Law School at the University of the District of Columbia.
Mm.
And I was barred in 2012, January 2012.
Okay.
And I've been practicing ever since. So that's about, 11 plus years
11 plus
since I've been
years.
practicing.
Yes. So you call it, you say you were barred, you were called to the bar. In Jamaica, they say you're called to the bar in Jamaica.
Right. So basically, yeah. So here we take, you take the bar exam. And I think I took my bar exam in 2011.
Yes.
But by the time the results came out and then they were supposed to do the actual swearing-in ceremony,
Mm-hmm.
it was January 2012. But
Yes.
yeah, so I was sworn in here at the Court of Appeals here in Maryland.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm licensed to practice in Maryland, but because I do immigration law also, that is federal, and so I'm able to practice in all the states.
Oh, in all the states?
Yeah, so if it's an immigration issue, doesn't matter where the client lives in the United States, I am able to help them.
Okay.
However, if it's like family law or criminal law or that type of stuff, then I am set for Maryland only.
Okay. So wherever the person is in the United States, as long as they have anything to do with immigration law, they can contact you.
Yes, they can. Yes, because I have clients all over the country.
Okay.
Clients in Boston, Florida, New York.
Okay.
I mean, just all over.
Okay.
California, we make it work.
And throughout the video, we are going to be posting your business numbers and as well as email address, etc. Yes.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a business WhatsApp, so yeah, we could do that.
All right, no problem. And the law firm, the name of the law firm?
The name of my law firm, we are Griffin and Griffin LLP because it's a partnership. My husband and I, we practice together. So when we were coming up with a name, I mean, we didn't try to think too hard on what the name should be. We just kind of kept it simple. And so we're Griffin and Griffin. We're a husband and wife team.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been doing this thing, like I said, Well, I got married in 2012. The business itself, I think we started mid-2013. So we're in our 10th year of business.
Okay.
Having the firm, it's our 10th year, yeah.
Let's get personal a bit. Your father, Mr. McKitty, you know, whenever I'm traveling, you know, whenever I'm going on a long distance, I normally remember him, especially if I'm traveling with my family, because the few times I carry him, we have to pray before we leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And many persons would know your father. He used to be a pastor in Westmoreland and Hanover.
Well, quite a few places, yeah. So most people know my father, Reverend Brian McKitty.
Yes.
He pastored many churches in Western Jamaica.
Yes.
So there was a time he pastored mostly in Westmoreland, but also in Hanover, also in St. Elizabeth.
Okay.
I think by the time he passed, I think he had pastored like 17 or 18 churches, I believe, over 50 years.
Wow.
So
Wow.
you're quite a ministry.
Yes.
But you're right. Yes, he loved to pray.
Yes, man.
Before we would travel, he
Yes.
was told, Psalm 121.
Yes.
I will lift mine eyes up to the hills. But yeah.
Yeah.
He was known for that.
And how is mom doing? Mom doing okay?
She is doing fine. Yes, she's doing fine. Just God has been keeping her, and we're just thankful and grateful. She's doing well. She's doing well.
Okay, let's get to the issue at hand. We had thrown out some questions. We had asked person to send in questions. We got a whole lot of questions. We're gonna try and go through some of them today. So the first question is, how long does it take to get a response after filing I-212 application?
The I-212 application, right?
Okay.
Right. So to the person that sent in that question, it really depends on where it's been processed.
Mm-hmm.
If it's been processed by the Nebraska Service Center or it's been processed by the field office. And so for the other people listening, the service centers are just basically, there are different places in the United States where U.S. Immigration, USCIS, where their forms and applications are sent there for processing. So for this particular form, the form I-212, it's normally processed at the Nebraska Service Center or sometimes at the local office. If that person has a receipt notice for what they filed, it usually says at the bottom where it was filed.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, if their case was filed at the Nebraska Service Center, for example, it's taking about 26 months on average to get a decision, which is a little bit over 2 years.
Okay.
So the field offices taking about 20 months.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, it's like almost 2 years to a little over 2 years if you have to file a I-212 application.
Okay. All right. Next question is, well, somebody said 2015, I traveled to the United States for the first time. And I spent 5 months and 2 weeks. On my second trip, I traveled again and I spent 1 week. On the third trip, I was denied entry by the immigration officer because the immigration officer said the person overstayed on the first trip. The person is saying that the immigration officer canceled the visa and said I can reapply again in 5 years' time. That would have been 2022. Please, I would like to know what to do. That's what the person is asking.
Okay, so I guess they're saying that there are 5 years
would have gone. Yes.
Ended in 2022, so they kind of want to know what's the next step.
Yes.
Well, basically, I see this a lot. Basically, what it is that even though whenever you come here on a visitor visa,
mm-hmm.
your time in the country given is normally 6 months.
Yes.
So most persons, it's kind of like they try not to stay beyond the 6 months, so they'll do, 5 months, 2 weeks like this person.
Yes.
However, U.S. immigration does not like that.
Yes.
Because in their mind, that trip was just too long.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're suspecting that that person was here working, which would be a violation of the visa.
Mm-hmm.
So even if they apply again right now, there's a good chance they're going to be denied unless they can prove to the consular officer that for the 5 months and 2 weeks I was here, I was not working. But it's really a hard one to overcome. And a lot of Jamaicans I see at times get their visas canceled because of this. And honestly, they're not necessarily in the wrong because, like I said, their allotted time was 6 months.
Yes.
And they stayed, just a week or two shy of that 6 months. But there they go. They are penalized for it because the assumption is that you must have been here working, because why would you have such an extended time if you're working in Jamaica?
Yes. And a visa is a privilege, not a right, right?
Right. Because you know what a lot of persons don't realize: the visa is actually just a document that allows you to ask for permission to enter the United States when you get to the border.
Yes.
So you don't have to come in. It just allows you that when you get to the border, you can present that document to the CBP officer, with the Customs and Border Patrol officer, and say to them, here, I have a visa to enter here as a visitor. Will you allow me to enter? That's really what's happening at that point. It's not a guarantee. You don't have to come in.
Yes.
The discretion is up to them at that point.
Okay.
So that's what's happening. The officer looks at the record and they're just like, no, I'm not letting this person back in because they stayed too long the last time, and I think they're probably working or something.
Okay. Somebody's asking, how long does it take for a person who ran off and now they are a green card holder to file for their child? And the second part of that question, when a father who is in the States file for a child, at what point does DNA become involved? And if it is done, does the lawyer disclose the results to the client, or does it have to remain sealed and sent to the, what is this, the USCIS?
USCIS, okay. All right, so let's take the first part of the question. They were asking about, so this person apparently had overstayed, but eventually they are now a green card holder, or as it is officially known, a legal permanent resident, LPR.
Yes.
And they file for their child.
Yes.
Now, there are too many variables for me to give an accurate answer on that, because first of all, I don't know the age of this child.
Yes.
Because if the child is under 21, then that case is processed within a certain time. If the child is over 21, then it's completely different.
Yes.
So as it is right now, for children who are under 21, for green card holders, from start to finish, a process like that is probably going to take 18 months, give or take certain variables. Okay. However, if the child is an adult child, which means the child is over 21, then it's probably going to take longer, because adult children of green card holders are subject to a numerical limitation, meaning a certain number of visa numbers are given out each year for that category. And because of that, those numbers, there are more applicants than there are visa numbers. And because of that, there's a backlog. So currently, I'm not looking at the table right now, the visa bulletin, which gives you these numbers. If it's an adult child of a green card holder, it would probably take about 8 years before there would be a visa number available for the person to then be able to finish processing and then go into the embassy in Kingston for an immigrant visa interview.
Okay. So
that's the first part of the question.
Yes. Mm-hmm. The second part?
The second part, right. So they're talking about if they need a DNA.
Yes.
Okay. The DNA can be submitted at any point in the process. Some people do the DNA test right at the beginning and send it in with the petition when they're filing for, the child or the parent, whoever it is.
Yes.
I think the sooner the better. Just give it to them instead of waiting for them to ask for it. Mm-hmm. The DNA test has to come from a specific place called the DNA Diagnostic Center. Mm-hmm. They are able to, what they do, the relative that's in the U.S. goes to the location that's closest to their house here.
Yes.
And the one in Jamaica, they go to the location. I forgot where Jamaica it is, but I think it's probably Kingston or Montego Bay. It has to be. I'm sorry I don't know right now, but
yes.
They go to that location. The results come. The center sends the results directly to the immigration authorities, and then they'll send another copy either to you or to the lawyer.
Okay.
So that's how that part, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was of the view, though, but that an adult child was 18 and over. It's actually 21 and older.
21 and over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're considered child, it's 21 and under. For immigration purposes, it's 21 and under.
Okay. All right. Another question is, somebody saying that they're a green card holder. I wish to return to the U.S. I'm also a honorably discharged U.S. Army veteran. I was deported in 1996 for a small amount of ganja. In 2016, I filed a SB1 visa and was told to get the charge expunged. And then I went to the U.S. Embassy last month. I was told that I have to file another SB1 visa and I pay $180 again because I took too long to get back, I can't get an expungement at the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania need my thing.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Okay, you understand the question? Go ahead. You understand the question?
Yeah. Okay. Pittsburgh, probably Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
So the person was probably living in Pittsburgh at the time.
Yes.
Okay. So if this person was deported, there's a good chance that their LPR status, which is legal permanent resident green card status, was revoked.
Okay.
Even if it wasn't revoked, they would only qualify for an SB1 visa if they can show that they departed from the U.S. with the intent of returning, and that they never changed this intent, but that they were forced to stay away because of reasons beyond their control.
Okay.
But they can't prove any of that if they also have a deportation order. So the thing is, if you keep applying, they're going to keep taking your money. That's the bottom line.
Oh.
For the SB1 visa, but it's seeming like perhaps they don't qualify at all. The other thing is they're probably going to need a Pennsylvania criminal lawyer to help them get that expungement.
Oh.
And they'll probably, I don't know if they have any contacts there still in Pittsburgh to help them find a criminal attorney there, or they can find one on the internet. And you can submit the fingerprints from Jamaica. So that wouldn't be an issue, because in order to get an expungement, you're probably going to have to get your fingerprints done, send the fingerprint card back to the U.S. to the attorney here to handle it.
So the person's so the person's best bet is to get a criminal lawyer in Pennsylvania
to work with them on that expungement issue.
Okay. Otherwise,
otherwise
they're gonna go continue taking the person's money.
Right. I mean, and that's the one thing. I mean, it's very rare that they would return an application to say, "Oh, you don't qualify, so we won't take your money." That doesn't happen at all.
Oh.
They literally just
take
the application, process it, and then deny you to say, you don't qualify or whatever it is.
Okay. All right. Another question. There is a petition being done by my stepson who lives in the USA. My wife and myself are beneficiaries. My problem is I have a criminal record from the year 2003, which I didn't remember. Wow. The problem now is I got back the police report stating the fact, and I applied for the expungement, which is taking forever to be resolved. With all the documents submitted, there's not much time left for the petition to time out. Is there any way that the process could be expedited? Police report states that I was charged for conspiracy to defraud and therefore give my sentence of 18 months suspended for 12 months. The person is asking for an expert feedback in this.
And it's okay. All right. Let's take this in pieces.
Yes.
All right. So how long an expungement is going to take depends very much on what state is processing it, right?
Yes.
So I'm a Maryland lawyer, and our courts process expungements within about 3 months.
Okay.
But some states can probably take up to a year.
Mm-hmm.
There are some states, for example, Florida, that have like a multi-step process.
Yes.
You send in one part, you wait a couple months, they send back an answer, then you file some more stuff. So it varies state by state as to what the expungement process is like.
Yes.
But to be honest, I don't think an expungement will solve this problem.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, there's a possibility that the consulate already knows about that criminal history. And expunging the records actually makes it worse. Sometimes, to be honest, they won't even approve a case until you can show them on paper exactly what happened with the criminal case.
Okay.
So you'll have it expunged, and then they'll ask you about it. And if you don't have paperwork to show them about the case, they put everything on hold. If this person knows that their crime is probably going to make them inadmissible, which means, not eligible to be admitted as an immigrant, about to be granted a green card, then they'll probably have to work with what they call a waiver, apply for a waiver of inadmissibility. Oh. I'd have to know what state this person is in to tell them for sure.
But I am wondering if this person is in Jamaica, and the person was charged in Jamaica, because I'm not seen with it. I suspect this person is in Jamaica.
Okay.
So the person is actually waiting on a police report from Jamaica.
From Jamaica?
Yes. That's
Okay.
And yes.
Nevertheless,
Mm-hmm.
if it's even in Jamaica, if they're getting it expunged,
Mm-hmm.
I always tell clients, if you're getting something expunged, you need to keep a copy of what you're expunging.
Yes.
Because people expunge things for different reasons. Some people just don't want to have this thing on their record for the rest of their life.
Yes.
But like I said, immigration looks at it. They want to know.
Yes.
But like this person, this conspiracy to defraud, it sounds like what we call a crime involving moral turpitude.
Yes.
A CMIT.
Yes.
And those with a sentence of a year or longer makes you inadmissible, which means you need to qualify for a waiver. You know, you got to show that you have been rehabilitated after that.
Yes.
And that, you know, it would be contrary to national welfare or security. Like, you got to show them that you're no longer currently dangerous.
Because even though this person was given a suspended sentence for 12 months, he was still sentenced to 18 months. So it will
right.
Yeah, okay. Right. Okay.
And they're going to look at the nature of the crime. They look at the charging. A lot of times they look at the charging document. They look to see, you know, right.
Okay.
So it's not just a matter of
expunging.
If it's just theft or whatever. They want to see what kind of theft. What does the statute say in your state about it? Is it a felony? Is it a this or whatever? Even if, you know, this person perhaps in Jamaica.
Yes.
But all those things come into question.
Okay.
So I would kind of need more to be able to give them a more, you know.
Well, your numbers will be there. Your numbers will be there for consultation. Yeah. So we are hoping that person's. Right. Yes. Okay. All right. Another question is, I was filed for by my father in 1997, who is a naturalized American citizen. However, I got entangled with the law and convicted for an aggravated felony. I served 36 months in Federal Correctional Facility and 3 months at an immigration facility, then deported from the USA. Mm-hmm. According to the law, at the time, I would have been an automatic citizen by virtue of the fact that my father is a USA citizen, and also by immigration laws at the time. The person is asking for assistance to get back to the USA, where they have family ties. What's your advice? Yes.
Okay, so that person, they'll file by their father in 1997.
Yes.
Okay, so back then in 1997, in order to derive U.S. citizenship from your parent, if you only had, you know, one parent who was a naturalized citizen, then that parent had to be the one who had custody of you.
Yes.
And they must have been separated from the other parent, or the other parent, you know, must have been deceased.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're born out of wedlock and your mother naturalized or your father never claimed you, that would also work. In this case, you're saying it's their father.
Yes.
So for them, if it is, we'd have to, you know, probe some more in detail.
Yes.
But if it is that, you know, for example, this person, we could prove that this person was in the legal and physical custody of this parent and all the different things line up, mm-hmm. then yes, we could help them to apply for their certificate of citizenship and get them back to the U.S. And interestingly enough, there are a lot of people who fall into this category, believe it or not. There are a lot of people who fall in this category because they come here as young persons and, you know, situations and things happen. They end up getting deported
mm-hmm.
to Jamaica, but their parents were citizens when they came here as children.
Yes.
As I said, there are other parts to the law, but generally speaking, there are people who will fall in the sweet spot mm-hmm. where they were actually U.S. citizens, and because of that, you know, we're able to get a certificate of citizenship for them and get them back to the United States.
Okay.
It's not a simple process per se, but it works.
It can work. Okay. All right. Another person is asking, I am married to a green card holder. How does the spouse go about traveling to the United States?
Now, my viewers, my subscribers, I know that the conversation is very, very interesting. But guess what? We are going to be breaking the conversation for today. We'll be continuing on Wednesday of this week. Blessed love, everybody.